Have you ever come across people who find faults in everyone but themselves? Who spend more time trying to correct others rather than themselves? Instead of giving you the benefit of the doubt, they only assume the worst of you. They walk around trying to look for the haram. I call them the haram police.
What is happening here, brother? Who is this girl? Haram!
What are you talking about, bro?
Don't play the games with me, brother. Don't play the games.
What?
I said haram, haram, haram.
Okay, I think there's a misunderstanding here. This is my sister?
Your sister in Islam is not the same as your blood sister, brother. Haram!
She is my blood sister.
Oh. What are you eating, brother?
It's a crispy treat.
Crispy treat? Crispy treat? Haram, haram, haram. It's halal, bro. Oh, halal? Crispy treat?
Why you look so angry, bro? You know it's sunnah to smile. That's your smile? Okay. Isn't it amazing how people spend so much time assuming the worst in others? Once again, instead of giving you the benefit of the doubt, they make accusations without evidence. We should try to make as many excuses as possible before accusing of others of ill-doing. Reminds me of a story of two people meeting at Fajr time. One was returning from prayer, while the other was returning from a night of shameful activities. Both of them looking at each other, assuming that the other was spending the night as they themselves had. Makes you think if we suspect ill of others, it may be because of that very illness is within ourselves. The truly pious are the ones who see the best in everyone, while they consider themselves the worst. Because when you consider yourself the worst, then you can't feel superior over anyone. You see, we've all seen people do something wrong at one point, but the way you correct them makes a huge impact on the way they perceive you. What's sad is how some people try to correct others by humiliating them.
Hey man, what's wrong with you? Don't you know that's haram? Hey guys, this guy has no idea what haram is, man. I didn't know. How could you not know, man? How could you not know? Everyone knows, man. What's wrong with you? I didn't know. Did you know? Yeah, of course.
You see, when you make fun of someone or you try to talk down upon them, it doesn't work. Actually, it can be a sign of arrogance, Allahu Alam. Others, they like to get all emotional. But is all this drama even necessary? Reminds me of a story of a man who walked into the masjid and started urinating. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ saw it and they were about to jump him. But the Prophet ﷺ stopped them and told them to let him finish. Once the man finished, he asked someone to wash the area with water, and then he took the man to the side and told him that this is not a place for this. The way he told him made a huge impact, made a huge difference. SubhanAllah, that man later became Muslim. It's a lesson for all of us, but yet we tend to forget. So if you see someone doing something wrong, correct them, but do it in the right way. Sometimes it's best to take them to the side and talk to them. Finally, there's those people on the internet who may have good intentions, but they have no qualifications. You know who I'm talking about. Sometimes there's people on the internet who think they're scholars, but they're not scholars. Actually, they have no qualifications, but they do have access to the internet and a keyboard. So many times I've seen a question being posted on a forum regarding if something is haram or not, only to get one of these young kids to say, in my opinion, I think it's haram because I feel... In my opinion, I feel... What? Are you kidding me? Where do all these self-proclaimed internet scholars come from? First of all, the rulings of Islam is not based on what you feel is haram or halal. Second, copying and pasting a hadith translated into English from some unknown website, a hadith that no one has heard of before, is not enough for you to come up with a ruling. Finally, one needs to be qualified to give a ruling. You don't just walk into a hospital and start practicing medicine. Hello. It looks like we got ourselves a broken leg over here. You mind if I take a quick look at this? Don't worry, I'm a professional. Hello? My leg. I think the problem is with my leg.
What we're gonna do is, usually they give you like medicine or medication, but at this time I'm gonna prescribe some Persian shish kebabs. Excuse me, doctor, but what does Persian food have to do with my leg? It doesn't really do much, but it tastes much better than medicine. So here you go. What does that have to do with my leg?
All this doctor stuff is making me hungry. You mind if I place an order? Does this work?
Are you even a doctor? Nurse? Nurse?
If you want to be a doctor, you go to school first to get your qualifications. It's the same thing when it comes to Islamic rulings. You have to have knowledge and to be qualified. Otherwise, if you're walking around the hospital giving people advice, you can actually do more harm than good. Plus, your opinion doesn't count because you're not a doctor. It's the same thing when it comes down to Islam. Let me give you an example. If you've ever watched my videos, you probably have noticed that there's a small gap between two of my teeth. I'm gonna tell you the story of how that happened. When I was a kid, a dentist pulled my tooth thinking it was a baby tooth. It wasn't a baby tooth. His careless mistake ended up making an impact on my life. Alhamdulillah, I've been fortunate enough to work on many successful projects. And I realized that all this success is nothing more than a test for me. So I keep his mistake as a reminder for myself. So I remember that no matter how successful I become, I have faults like everyone else. And there's always room for improvement. And if I'm ever in a position where people are listening to me, then I should be careful speaking without knowledge. Because my actions can impact someone else. I'm not a scholar, nor am I going to pretend to be one. But rather, these videos are nothing more than reminders. To remind everyone, starting with myself. This is Ali reminding you just in case you forgot. This is Ali reminding you just in case you forgot.